Alright guys, how you doing? So we're here with
Adam Cohen. I'm the founder and CEO of SKUR.
Wonderful. So what is SKUR and what do you guys do?
So we're a data platform, and what we do is we consume point cloud data. So
Okay.
it can be LiDAR, it can be photogrammetry, and we consume design models, and it's all cloud-based. We compare the design model to the built environment. So
Okay.
for every single object in a design model, we're basically able to show you how that's performing in the real world.
Oh,
And we can use all of that information to drive other workflows. So the initial use case for it right now is QA/QC.
Okay.
Are things built as they should be built? But the second part of that is using that data to basically drive other types of workflows. So for instance, to automate payment methods. Is an object there, yes or no? If it's there, it can be paid for. If it's not there, don't pay for it. Labor controls. How do you refactor sophisticated labor scheduling using geometry data? So supply chain management would be another one. So those are some examples of how we see vision data and our platform really transforming the construction industry.
Awesome. So when it comes to point clouds, and you mentioned some data, like being able to interact with that, how are you integrating? The question we're trying to ask is BIM and BIM integration with what you're doing. For a lot of my people who are going to be learning about what we're doing today have never heard of BIM or what exactly point clouds are.
Sure.
If you could dive into that just for a couple seconds.
Sure thing. So BIM is kind of the modern version of CAD, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's coordination, it's being able to start to coordinate more of your activities under one design environment. And that's really what BIM is today. But I think the vision for BIM is building information modeling, right? That you're going to be collecting information, designing, augmenting that data over the course of construction and then into facilities management. So I think that's really the idea of BIM, is that it's a much more dynamic data source for not only the contractors to use, but ultimately for the asset owners to manage their properties or assets with. So that BIM is that one equation, and it's really, you know, follow on to CAD.
Yeah.
The second part of it is LiDAR. So LiDAR is basically laser scanning,
Yep.
and millions of points of data, and each one of those points is latitude, longitude, and time. And all that data amassed can start to show you how objects are performed. I mean, if you look at a point cloud, it looks like a photograph,
Yeah.
right? So very dense data, very precise data, and when you start to combine those two things together, you can start to develop some very interesting insights about how projects are performing or how individual objects are performing. So that's really what we do, and you know, it's only possible because of the power of the cloud. We do all of this in a cloud environment, requires very high computational facilities and engines to be able to do this, and that's what we do today.
Okay, so now talking about the cloud, because I know, for example, like in my country, we are trying to get cloud systems up and all that kind of stuff, with people who are in construction who are uploading a whole bunch of terabytes, you know, does having the cloud closer to you or further, that's a factor at all?
Well, yeah, probably in emerging economies or emerging technology geographies. It is. You know, I mean, I think for everyone, the density of the data can be challenging. You know, even on a fast network, if you're uploading gigabytes and gigabytes, it can take time, which equates to money.
Yeah.
So yes, that can be an issue for certain areas. We see it less here in the U.S. And I'm not really familiar with Kenya and what the infrastructure looks like there. But our belief is that network accessibility becomes ubiquitous no matter where you are, and over time, it's less and less of an issue.
Okay, well, we look forward. Some of the things I know that I might be using your services for, and one of my friends in Kenya, I know Thomas is going to be using for, is we are now using drones and LiDAR, of course, for historic preservation.
Sure.
You know, a lot of those places where we need to capture the historic monument sites. Also in places like where people don't know about a lot is Sudan and Somalia, where there's a lot of infighting, and they're destroying all this like historic artifacts. You know, so we're trying to make sure that we can restore this sites. And that's something we're excited to do about and bring the technology to. So we'll be looking forward to working with companies like you as well.
Great. I mean, we'd love to help you out. So if you're interested, please visit our website, SKUR.com, SKUR.com, and we offer free trials, and we'd be happy to help you out.
Awesome. It was good talking to you.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good day.